like to introduce the next group of speakers from Artmalawi. And together we have two people. We have Chimwemwe Phiri and we have Manota Mpande. So Manota is the founder of Artmalawi, and Artmalawi is a platform and portfolio of artists from Malawi that hosts some of the most established artists across Malawi. And one of their activities is the use of art as a medium for raising awareness. They have poetry readings. They're based in Blantyre. I wish I had more time to talk about them, but I'll introduce Chimwemwe Phiri. Chimwemwe is a doctoral researcher in medical anthropology and visual history at Durham University in the United Kingdom. Her PhD draws on archival material related to two former British colonial medical officers held in 4 UK-based archives. She employs a variety of methods in her research, including archival research, visual analysis, and curatorial practice. So before I play their short film, which is just absolutely incredible, Manota and Chimwemwe, is there anything that you want to say before an introduction of your film?
No, we just hope you enjoy it, and maybe we can just point out a few themes that the film is trying to explore, which are like the connections between art, health, craftsmanship, and just the whole idea that art brings joy, and then there's joy that comes from making sure that our environment is clean, and that this all fits into different layers of our lives. And I think that's what the film is speaking to. So we hope you enjoy it.
Chisomo, we can't hear anything from the video. I think because you're muted.
Let's try. Can we hear?
No.
No, nothing's coming.
Okay, let me do advanced settings. We did this. Okay. Okay, sorry about this. I am trying to get to advanced settings now. So let me do this again. Okay, here we go.
The hand up. Is that a...
Okay, so here we go. Let's see if this works.
Yeah.
That's got it.
We got it?
Yeah.
Cool.
The earth is warming. Our need, greed, and failure to heed is causing the burning and the bubbling, the quaking and the shaking. The earth is warning. The water is filthy. Our fishing, flushing, and overfeeding is forcing the fish to fly, but they cannot fly, and so they die. The forest is dying. If the tree falls, then we fall. But if the tree falling in the forest will not make a sound to the ears filled with sawdust, the tree falling in the forest will take air out of your lungs, and that is just. The animals are fading. We have chased them, raced them, and almost erased them. Can't you see that without the bees there is no humanity? A poem by Wendy Hara. During these trying times of COVID-19, we have gotten a stern reminder of the importance of keeping clean. Tackling pollution may change more than what we perceive.
My name is Manota Mpande. I'm co-founder of an organization called Artmalawi. We're a Blantyre-based art platform. We use art as a medium to raise awareness. So we've been involved in various awareness campaigns, and this is one of our current projects that we're working on. We're currently working on the Moody River. The project is called Moody River Cleanup Project. Through this project, Artmalawi is going to use art as a medium to raise awareness. One of the artists that we're working with is a woodmason who's working on a tree stump. He's basically looking at bringing that tree stump back to life. This tree was destroyed a couple of years ago, and over the years people have literally tried to remove the tree, but unfortunately they haven't removed it, so the tree remains there. We've engaged Mr. Robson to produce a certain type of art, and the type of art he's producing on that tree is to raise awareness of what is happening on the Moody River. So the piece of artwork he's currently working on is of an individual going about his business collecting waste material.
With over 40 years of experience, Rogers is determined to stake his claim as the pioneer with this extraordinary piece.
Ndine Rogers Mabedi, kumachokera ku Chilimba. Ntchito inaphunzira kwa Genji. Kuchokera kwa Genji ndi pamene ndili nakhala ku Chilimba ndikumagwira ntchito ndi shop yathu kumeneko imachedwa Chisoni Period Shop. Anthu amene wababa tufa tizikumbusira kuti si bwino kupeza mtengo ngati kuwaza mfuni. Ayi, koma kuli bwino kupanga china chake ngati ichichi, chimene chingakhale ngati kuti tikozokopa alendo mwina mwacho munthu unacho kuchiona nkumasangala nacho. Monga ine pendi kupanga abantu ambiri akuti ndala amene akutani pamene papo. Koma mali nkucha chidzakhala kuti chikusangalatsa kwa anthu ena ake.
Rogers goes on to elaborate about the inspiration of the piece.
Ababa chinthuchi chikupanga chikuonesa chikhalidwe chimene anthu awawa amene atitenga amene ndikuapangirawo zimene akupanga kunoko. Zikuoneka kuti kuli anthu ena ake amene akuola zinyala msinjewo amene amatayira anthu zinyala akuzola zimene zinthu kazisunga pamalo ena ake. Ndi apa ndi chikumbutso chokuti nthawi ina akazabwera anthu azanato pa nthawi imene tinabwera ife kunoko anthu amene ankapanga ndi awawa ndi amene ankaola zinyala. Ndiye mmene mukuona uyu akuola zinyala akuyika m'matumba zimozimozi anthu amene akona. Pogwira ntchito yangayi maganizo anga amakhala pa chinthu chimene ndikupangacho. Chisina chilichonse sindiganiza ndi maganizo kuti pamene papa munthu afuna kuti ndipange chakuti ndiye ndimakhala ndithu mutu wanga wonse kuganiza zimene zikuti ndimayamba kulemba ayi koma mankhala kuti mangafikira kuyamba kugwira basi zibeso peni ina ito simene malemba. tonse zili mutumu naphunzira kale kumene nachokera kwa Genji. Apa nimalimbikitsidwa ndi chilengedwe, chifukwa chilengedwecho ifeyo antchito zamanja afe timatengamo mitengo imene yauma imene yaonongeka kuti yagwa, sikuti timagwesa umene uli woima, umene uli oteteza mpweya, oteteza chilengedwe ayi, koma ife imene tikuzoza kuti wauma ngati mmene chilili ichichi chokuti chauma chilibe chili anthu ena afuna apange nkhuni. Ndiye kwa ife timaona ngati chimatipatisapo ndithu kenakake kamoyo wathu wa siku ndi siku. Project iyi ilipasa masomphenya yoziwana ndi anthu ngati inuyo amene ndaziwana nanu, choene kupanda ichi chino ndisinganaziwana nanu. Apapa zizakopanso kwambiri sinje wa mudi kumakamaka kwa azungu amene amabwera kuzamenya tennis apa pamtunda apapa kozakhala kumakale kuti atikwene kuchako ngati tikupita ukapanga tennis ukasewera tennis Blantyre Sports Club tikapeza konso kuli tina zachizokongola zimene anthu ena ake amene amene antchito malingana ndi nthawi ino amene akhala akugogoda mitengo ya kumene kuchako kuli zokongosa. Mavuto amene timakumana nawo pa ntchito yathu cheni chomwe chimatidandaulisa ife antchito zamanja tilibe association yoko kuti kapena tilibe anthu amene angatiyike pamapo kapena kutiziwisa kwa anthu kuti zimene tikupangazi zofunika kwena kwake, chifukwa izi zikuoneka ngati kuti kwa ine mwina mwake ndingakhale ngati kuti ndingapemphe kuti ngati pangapezeka anthu ena ake akufuna kwabwino kuti angatipange sponsor kuti ntchito yamanja ipitirire. Kuti tilibe sponsor wina wache ningani kuti boma limanena kuti zinthu zinzolesedwa chani ndezimapezeka zokuti ife olo kuti tipite tikakongole ndalama kumene amatiya ino mumaononga nthaka sitikongokoze ndalama chifukwa chokuti tilibe association eti kapena tilibe anthu otithandiza kuti titati takakongola ndalama iwo angakatiyimikire kuti aya anthu atikwaziwa.
Rogers' hopeful message was one of cry for help from various organizations to recognize their talent and hope they can see how people like him can make the world a better place.
Kupempha amabungwe kuphatikiranso anthu amene andiyika pano pene mukundiona pano kuti mwina nawonso akhoza kutenga mbali kuti nafenso anthu ogwira ntchito zamanja mwina mutatipasirako mwayi kuti mwina ngati pali mabungwe ena amene angamatithe kutikongoza ndalama kapena kutha kutifikira ngati mmene atifikira awawo kuti zimitengo zisema nisangono kuti anthu akungononga kusankhuni. Apapaso ndithokoze kwambiri apita Juma amene andionesa kwa anthu awawa amene akuti amudi salvation yakuti mwina mwache ndizithandizana nawo. Ndiye ndikupempha amabungwe kuti ngati kungakhale kotheka enanso amene ali ndikuthekera kokuti ife anthu ogwira ntchito zamanja samangosiya mitengo ya anthu akumawaza nkhuni nafenso azitifikiranso kokuti mwina anthu enanso angamakhala chifukwa kuti pakupatoka anthu amakhala panda nafe chikuwa amati tikuononga nthaka mawanga omaliza ndalama.
Such an important river like Mudi should not go unnoticed, as Monota goes on to highlight its traces and its uses.
Mudi River I feel that Mudi River is a heartbeat of Blantyre. This river originates from Phiri Mountain and goes into the Mudi Dam. Now the Mudi Dam is literally what people in Blantyre use for their water, is what people use for their sewage system as well. So from the dam, the Mudi goes through Blantyre CBD. From Blantyre CBD, it actually goes through Blantyre Market, it goes through Blantyre Sports Club. From Blantyre Sports Club, it runs through the neighborhood of Sunnyside. From then on, it goes into another neighborhood called Manyowe. Then it connects with the Likubula before it connects to the Phiri River. And from the Phiri River, it connects into the Zambezi. Zambezi connects into the Indian Ocean. So we feel that the Mudi River in Blantyre is a very important source of water. Mudi River is a source of water for a large community based in Blantyre. People use it for different uses. Some use this water for drinking, some use this water for bathing, some use this water to clean up the utensils, the cooking utensils. This river passes through the market, so we've got quite a large number of smallholder takeaways that use the same water to clean up the utensils. They use the same water for cooking. So one of our objectives for coming to clean up the Mudi River is to see how we can collect visible waste that has accumulated on the Moody River for over decades. We feel as Artmalawi we can help with the initial phase, or we can help with the beginning of cleaning up the Moody River. Well, I think a clean river would offer a lot to the population in Blantyre. From the mapping that we've done, there are quite a lot of spaces in the river that actually does have stagnant water. And a lot of places where it's got the stagnant water are also areas where you've got a community. So, you know, I mean, one of our objectives as well is that the more we clear waste from the river, the more we'll also be able to open up the river so that we don't have any stagnant water, and this river should flow. In an ideal sense, this river should be flowing 365 days of the year, which it doesn't do that at the moment, because a lot of the waste has clogged up the river. So one of our also main objectives is to be able to clean up the areas where the river is clogged and make sure that the river is flowing throughout.
From an economic standpoint, employment in general will boost consumer spending, which in turn benefits small businesses who depend on consumer spending, increasing the money circulating in the marketplace, stimulating economic growth in the process.
We hope that it's not a part-time employment, that we can actually offer these people at least 6 to 1 year source of employment. The various types of workforce that we have. We've got a general workforce that are the ones that are going around assisting in collecting of the visible waste. We've also employed artists. We've got about 7 different types of artists that are going to be coming in on this project. One is a wood carver. The other ones will be focused on stone. We've also engaged visual artists as well. And we've also engaged an artist that will be working with recycled metal. So apart from just the general workforce, we're also working with artists. We'll also be working with tailors. The function for the tailors is to be able to actually recycle all the cloth that we've collected, we've sanitized. We'll be asking the tailors to come up with different designs of waste bags. We'll be asking the tailors to also come up with curtains that we feel that we'll be able to donate to various orphanages or to various places who don't have these materials in their households. We've been asked about how sustainable this project is and what are we looking at doing with all this waste that I'm actually surrounded with. Basically, we're looking at partnering up with an organization that's going to turn a lot of this waste, especially all the plastic, into eco bricks. We're still working out on the requirements of that, but a lot of this plastic is going to be turned into about that size eco brick. And from those eco bricks, we're hoping that we can be allocated a space along the Moody River from the Blantyre City Council that we can develop and build an environmental hub. We hope, and I think we're still kind of looking at sourcing the funds for that, to be able to build an environmental hub along the Moody River, and different types of innovators can come in and we can discuss and plan and have different types of projects along the Moody and other places in Blantyre based on environmental impacts.
As for the progress of the cleaning of Moody River,
this is Moody River Bridge, and for decades there was waste, all pretty much up until the top there, up until the top there, up until the top there. And this is our milestone as a project. I mean, we've been here 17 days. It's literally taken us about 2 weeks to clear the rubble that was here, the rubble that was there, the rubble that was there. Though there's still the stagnated water that we need to open up on this sector, but this sector should be done within the next couple of weeks. We should be able to clear this pathway so that water can start running again. But we, as a project, Artmalawi, we're very happy with this milestone that we've reached here on Moody River Bridge. It's very satisfying to coming here and actually being able to stand on this very spot, because for as long as I've known, you could literally not stand here whatsoever. So we're very happy with this milestone that you can see behind me, And we're hoping as we move further on in the weeks, moving upriver and moving downriver, that we're able to have more and more milestones.
In conclusion, be a part of the solution by stopping pollution. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for producing that film. It was just, I mean, I'm familiar with Moody River. I'm just shocked. I almost like don't believe that's Moody River. You know, the piece that you've done, that is an incredible amount of work and does such wonders for population health. So I was not able to look at the screen to see if there were any questions or comments. But I think we definitely want to turn over to the audience so they can engage with you and let us know what inspired you. So yes, let's
Hi, thank you for that beautiful film. Just a reflection from me, I felt such a sense of connection to the sculptor in the video, because I have my own creative practice, and I make sculptures with trees and the bark from trees, and I really felt a sense of resonance with his motivation to recycle and to reuse and to draw attention to issues using art. I just think he did that so powerfully, and it's what I also want to do in my own work. And I think that's the power of creative practice, is that we as creators feel a sense of connection, a deep sense of connection with the material that we're working with, and we're able to convey that to those people who encounter our work. And I really felt that, you know, when I was looking at his sculpture and how it came out of this tree stump that was kind of dead, but he made it alive. It was beautiful. And I really, really enjoyed that part of the film.
Well, thank you very much for that. And I think that was basically what we're trying to do. There are quite a few trees along the Moody River that have actually been cut, and people don't tend to cut the whole tree. They tend to cut half of it. Over time, they come back and actually remove the rest of the tree. So what we're trying to do is to get the artists to work on those trees, so at least they can bring some kind of aliveness to the tree, and also hopefully stop other people from coming in and actually finishing off. So thank you very much for your remark, and we'll pass on that message to Mr. Mabedi. I think this is his first project that he's done. He's never done anything like this, so he's as excited as I'm excited. I actually see it coming to life.
Thank you. Carla?
Hi, thank you so much for sharing. It's lovely to see you. I had a question about, I mean, what this project and what the film shows is this really extensive collaboration between creative forms, multiple forms of creative forms, from the sculpture to the filmmaking to the poetry and the spoken word. And then there's this component of a direct community response and engagement, and then of course the academic work that's going on around it with the PhD. So I was just interested in your reflections on what are the best things about doing this kind of vast, expanding types of collaborations, and what are some of the difficulties that you've had to face and overcome, and how you've kept that communication, you know, between all the people involved, from the people who are picking the litter to the people who, you know, are thinking about the future project, to those who are writing, to those who are creating. So just, yeah, the kind of highs and lows, the ups and downs of those kinds of collaborations. Thanks.
I think so far there have been more advantages than challenges. The challenges are always getting everyone together and to have one focus, one understanding of what one person is trying to do, or what group of people
been trying to do over a long time. The good thing about this is that the city, the river, is right smack in the middle of town. So everyone has known that this river has been polluted for over 30 years. So everyone who's come to this project all have one agenda: to get this river as clean as possible. The challenges, I think, are always with authority, trying to get all the different types of authorities involved in this project, because we're looking at tourism, we're looking at health, we're looking at quite a few things involved. There are quite a lot of moving particles involved in this project. So those have been the challenges, getting everyone involved in the project to actually agree to get the project done. But as I said, that we're on day 24, we've had a lot more positives than we've had challenges. So I'm happy with that aspect of the project.
Right, so on this project is completely separate, but I am working with Artmalawi, and with the artists in the consortium, we are interpreting historical photographs. But then, so this work is kind of like come in the middle. It's somehow connected and not separated, because this is a big social and public health problem that we're all witnessing, and for it to kind of like intersect with my work, because in a way we're now having Rogers coming to my PhD as well. So suggesting ideas of the body, how watching him create material and how that's fitting into just understandings of the African body. So that those themes that are creeping in that we didn't even like think of in the beginning. But then I think there was something about the Modi River project that cannot be ignored, and we're working on a completely different project, but then they've come together. So in a way, it'll be interesting for me in the coming few weeks to see what someone like Rogers thinks about the kind of work that I do and how that also fits into his work, because we're all trying to speak about health in different ways. Like more for me in the past, but him, he's saying something that's recent from the past, from people's past practices that have created this problem, and he's addressing it by thinking about the future. So in a way, we're both working through the past for the future, and it'll be interesting to bring it together. But yeah, and I mean, thank you, Carla. It's a huge challenge for me to think about how like this critical problem, how that fits into my project. So thanks for giving me more work, but I love it. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Chimwemwe. We have a hand raised, tactical film, which I think is Taekwondo.
Yeah.
So let's, please, the floor is yours. You're on mute. Are you there, Taekwondo? I think if not, we'll give maybe someone else a chance to speak until we sort out. We've got some great comments thanking you, and also loving the idea of bringing something to life through art. I didn't know, also we have Michaela Clark saying she loves the link between the past, future of health and healthcare. For me, I was absolutely, this is to me some really incredibly important interdisciplinary work. I mean, we're talking about medical humanities and environmental humanities and how they coexist quite wonderfully. It speaks heavily to themes of climate change that we need to begin to address, and how it actually has a direct impact on our lives. So I thought maybe you can just explain a little bit about that, about the direct impact that for people who, for Malawians who know what Moody River is, we know how toxic it is, but maybe you can explain them a bit more about the impact of public health.
I think, as I said, due to the fact that the river is so clogged up with waste, we found a lot of patches on the river that are actually stagnant. And in places where there's a stagnant rivers are areas where there are also a lot of communities. And we've kind of seen that, especially where there's stagnation, there's a lot more incidences or occurrences of malaria in those areas, more incidences and occurrences of typhoid and cholera, especially further down the river. Because further down that river, people don't actually see how much the water is. And you get the kids with that water, you get the parents with that water. So there are a lot more incidences, especially to deal with health, further down the river because people think that water is clean water, which we know right up front, upriver, that water is not clean at all. At the moment, there's nothing living in that water at all. It's actually been a dead river, I think, for the last 10 years now. That's been a dead river, not even tadpoles. You don't even find any frogs or anything living in that river at the moment.
Wow.
I think what was beautiful from the film as well, and some of the images that took like that, aerial image, that drone image of like just the whole stretch, because this is like urban life. This is like growing. Blantyre has just been growing for like decades, and I mean the public health impact of the river is is large, and I think it's something that really hasn't been explored. But then I think what this project is doing very well is just bringing that to attention and showing that different parts of the river all come together and affect population, and we really need to bring that into consideration. And the art in a way that would bring that, because Moody River is also connected to the park that's been in disuse for several years, and by having those artworks speak to the art of to collecting rubbish, to the animals, the sculpture also has like owls, some of the birds that were that are now no longer there. They're either moved away or just don't know. So the population of the animals around the park as well has diminished. And so it's speaking to many things of our relationship to nature, our relationship to animals, the river, and our connection to public health. And I think this film speaks for so many things. And somewhere very right to point out that, in a sense, if we don't have a healthy environment, there are more diseases that will spread. And, it will take more than academic research to attend to that problem. I just seen Takundo's comment. Okay. Are you sure you don't have anything to say? Because you put, okay.
We've got someone else's hand is raised, so yeah, so please jump in. I think, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Bregje?
Yeah, that's nearly correct. That's fine, Brechtje. Thank you so much for the film. I really loved it. Very evocative. And I wondered, to make such a project really sustainable, I guess you would really need to have government buy-in. And I wondered whether you've been able to take the film to government representatives and have started a dialogue with them.
You're actually the first ones to actually watch this film. It's something that we want to do. We do have a slight buy-in from our Minister of Forestry and Natural Resources. And I think I've been communicating with her right from the beginning. The idea actually for the wood clean has been ongoing. I got involved with the wood clean about 8 years ago. I wasn't able to back then. Only this year when I found someone who was also like-minded as I was.
Sorry, I can't actually hear you.
Yeah, we're having technical issues. There's no sound coming from you. Yeah, go ahead. We've got about 1 minute before we have to move to the next segment. So if you could just Chimwemwe, we seem to be able to hear you. Can you? Yes.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so quick one. We are going to get government buy-in. We're still in chats with them.
Fantastic.
Great. No, thank you. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we don't have time for more questions. We have to move to the next segment, but everybody, I mean, that was just absolutely wonderful. And we've got the film on the website. Thank you for coming and sharing that with us. And we look forward to sharing more of your work and collaborating. And they are available. Manota, you are based at Kwaharaba Arts in Blantyre, right?
Yes, I am, yeah.
So I know we've got some people who've been to Blantyre, but yes, absolutely. So
we'll also leave our email. I'll also leave my email address if anyone is interested to get directly in touch with me.